Hi there, my friends. So I just did another Facebook Live on my personal page to share more, and I also thought it would probably be a great idea to do a little bit of nervous system rebalancing for anyone out there who needs it. And my guess is that there are a lot of people out there who might need it. And I've been studying somatic experiencing for the past 3 years and have learned quite a bit about nervous system dysregulation, how to bring our nervous systems back into coherence and harmony, and how to work with these waves of emotion that come up and come through. And right now, we're probably experiencing one of the largest cases or examples of emotional contagion that the world may ever experience with COVID-19. And so there are lots of emotional experiences that are being passed from one person to another, from one city to another, from one family to another, from one social system to another, from one country to another, all over the world. And this is a lot for anyone's nervous system to tolerate. Even the healthiest nervous system out there is going to feel this, going to feel rocked by this. And you'll know that if you already have trauma in your system, that you're going to have certain vulnerabilities already present with you. And so even someone who doesn't have all of those traumas might notice the pattern that they've always had to go to anger. For instance, if something like this happens or something similar, you go to anger. Or someone else might go to anxiety and panic. And, if we look at anxiety and panic or anger, we're looking at a sympathetic response. And so in the nervous system. And what that means is the body has said, there's a threat and we're going to mobilize towards it the best we can. And one of the ways, when the sympathetic nervous system starts in its process to defend us against this threat, then one of the ways that we deal with that is fight or flight. And so that's what it looks like. It looks like fight or flight. So some people are getting angry. There was a man at the gas station the other day, and I think this was even Thursday, before things really kind of heightened. He was screaming at me and honking his horn at me and gesticulating. And, I think because I hadn't moved my car slightly so that his car could be more accommodated, doesn't really matter. But at that point, I really noticed like, hey, people are feeling this and it's coming out in all kinds of different ways. It comes out a lot of people, anger, frustration. So you might notice in your relationships, like with loved ones or family, people are snapping at each other or insulting each other, saying things they wouldn't normally say. That's part of our sympathetic arousal at this time. And we can understand that that's what's going on. Doesn't make it any easier that that's happening. And other people are feeling really anxious, willing to hide, wanting to get away, wanting to flee any way that they can. And so that's all part of the same threat response. So in some sense, even though these feelings are really uncomfortable, it's all part of our body's way to help us defend against this threat in any way that we can. In some sense, this is our evolutionary wiring, and we do at this time, in a way, need to understand that. And we also need to be smarter than it too. And that may sound kind of weird and, mind over matter. But there's a lot about, how we do think about things and how we understand things and how we conceptualize things like this, and then find ways to resource ourselves at these times where we are feeling a lot of threat in our environment. And so one of the things that is really important right now, and it's very basic, and I wanted to model it for you, and this is something that we talked also not only in my trauma training, but also in a postpartum care course that I completed with Rochelle Garcia Saligat and Neat Traditions. And this is for postpartum moms, you know. So postpartum moms are under a lot of stress. And for those of you out there who are postpartum moms, my heart goes out to you caring for these littles at this time, the wee ones, and modeling regulation and stress management and resiliency and the way that we think and the way that we act, just, you know, in response to this threat. So, a signal of safety. What is a signal of safety? So, you know, at some basic level, it is a communication to our nervous system that we're safe, that we're okay. In this moment, we are okay. And so, what it really invites us to do, a signal of safety invites us to come to the present moment. So, not what happened 2 seconds ago, and not what might happen 2 seconds from now, or 20 seconds, or 2 months, or 2 years from now. Not those. All right. So, if you are self-isolating at home voluntarily, and I really hope you are if you can, not everyone can, but if you can and you can give that back to society right now, I applaud you and I thank you for doing that. So if you are doing that, then, you know, you can look around in your home. So here I am in my home in Boulder, and let's see, I just heard the trash truck go by down the street, and I'm gonna do some orienting. So that means I'm gonna kind of look around and just look and see what's in my space. So over here is my kitchen, and feels like it's a little messier than normal, just kind of some cabinets open and stuff. A lot of supplements. Big believer in supplements. A lot of supplements. I have a window right in front of me, so we have teeny tiny buds coming out on the trees. Finally, thank you, spring. Got some sunshine today, some warmth. Thank you, Mother Nature. But just kind of noticing, and you can do this at home or wherever you are. Just look around and notice what's in your space. And get familiar. And when you've done that, you can just acknowledge for yourself, I am safe here, right now. I am safe. Maybe just close your eyes. Let your body absorb that. I am safe here now. I am safe here now. I am safe in this moment. And see if you can rest there for a few moments till you feel a shift in your nervous system. You feel a little bit more calm. And we want to invite our bodies into a bit of rest to restore ourselves. And when you feel ready, just letting yourself emerge back out. Look around again, orient. Right here, right now, I'm safe. And you can do this as much as you want. As much as you want. The present moment is a refuge. Sending love to all of you. If you need support, please reach out. I'm going to try to offer some shorter sessions today, tomorrow, and Wednesday. So Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday this week. Blessings. Take good care. I'll be back.